What is going on, my Cardano friends? It's your Cardano friend Jack here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about why Cardano and ADA are making it much easier for just about anyone in the world to escape the 9-to-5 or the rat race by letting entrepreneurs of pretty much any type flourish with the utilization of blockchain technology and cryptocurrency's utility, all the while putting out a positive sum result, meaning one person can do well without another person suffering. This is the basis of something that we do want to see, and this is why I think this is so important that Cardano, cryptocurrencies, and everything of the sorts are a part of our future, because they genuinely create positive sum games where people don't have to lose for people to gain. Now, what am I talking about with building on Cardano, and why is ADA and Cardano helping people escape the rat race or the 9-to-5? Well, let's get into it. If you don't know what Cardano is and you're not that familiar with cryptocurrencies, essentially Cardano is its own blockchain, similar to how Ethereum is its own blockchain and, Bitcoin's its own blockchain. Cardano's its own blockchain. There's a lot of reasons why I like Cardano better, but I want to emphasize the fact that Cardano is meant to be quick, clean, and cheap. Ethereum, on the other hand, is a great platform for building as an entrepreneur, and I'm not going to knock it, but the one thing I don't like about Ethereum is that you have to have a good amount of money to build over there. To cover gas fees and to cover other things, it's not as easy as building on Cardano is right now. And maybe this will change in the future and Cardano will become like Ethereum, but for the most part, Cardano has systems in place to neglect this, to not become super overvalued. And they also put, fees, instead of burning them, they'll put them into a treasury to fund developers building on Cardano. There's a lot of reasons why building on Cardano as an entrepreneur or as just an everyday person trying to get out of the 9-to-5 job, trying to get out of the rat race is super, super easy compared to other methods, and utilizing Cardano is a huge help. It also helps a lot if you're passionate about cryptocurrencies, or if you're passionate about Cardano. There's a lot of ways that you can monetize your passion and really kind of escape the rat race and do something you actually like doing or talking about. The first way is to make a stake pool. You can help validate the network. That's what I'm doing. And you can earn ADA for doing so in your efforts. Now, this is not an easy task. To set up a stake pool requires a bit of technical knowledge, and that took me quite a while to do. And I did that myself. You could hire someone to do this, but also the marketing factor of a stake pool is a lot itself. Here's the thing though, it's permissionless. It's much easier to do than setting up a traditional business in, Silicon Valley or something like that. No one's there to really put their foot down in front of you and say no. It's all on you, and your efforts are directly in line with an output. Your input might be, really, really small, but that output could be huge, especially because the price of the ADA you're getting paid to run a stake pool is very likely to appreciate. So that's the first example of someone building on Cardano. But there's so many more. Stick with me in this video, and I also want to explain why Cardano is such a great place to build. So first of all, it's permissionless. You can do whatever the heck you want, and you can just do it. Another thing is you can make content about it. Here's my channel. Over the past 3 months, I have made $7,000 on YouTube. Yeah, $7,000. That's not a joke. That's a lot of money for me. And that's a lot of money for a lot of people. But the fact that I can do this, just basically covering Cardano news, my Cardano views, and my holdings, talking to the camera, putting out some interesting videos, you can do that too. If you're interested in making videos on YouTube, then maybe this is for you, right? Maybe a stake pool's for you. Maybe they go hand in hand with each other, like what I'm doing. They really do, but maybe you don't want to do the technical side of the stake pool. It's really up to you. No one's there to put their foot down and say you can't do this because it's permissionless. And also, you can talk about it all you want. You can say your own views, your own opinions. There's no, news publicity out there that's gonna stomp down your throat and say no, or the government's not gonna come in and stop you. Okay, it's not gonna happen. It's permissionless. And building on Cardano also made me realize that there's a lot more to cryptocurrencies than just the price appreciating. There's so much things they add value to, and there's so many people who are building NFT projects on Cardano that are just artists who want to make their passion of art. And everyone can be an artist. It doesn't have to be with digital media, or it doesn't have to be by drawing or painting. There's so many different ways to create art. But in this case, I'm talking about NFTs, and I have a video on NFTs if you want to check it out. It'll be linked down in the description. And there's a ton of people who, instead of taking the 9-to-5 route, they've taken the, I'm going to draw some awesome things. I'm going to put together some awesome graphics, and I'm going to sell them for Cardano, for ADA. Those people are trying to turn this into a living, and they can do so because of Cardano, because those cheap fees to make art and put it on the blockchain of Cardano. With Ethereum, if you want to make an NFT series, it's going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. With Cardano, it might cost you a couple hundred max. It's not going to cost you that much, and there's ways to do it to where you don't really need any startup capital. It makes it easy, and the barrier to entry is much lower. Obviously, you still need a good concept of NFTs and the blockchain and how these things work, but the barrier to entry is ultimately just how far someone is willing to look into it. And if someone looks into it enough, they're going to find that there's so many ways to make money with cryptocurrencies that aren't just by holding the cryptocurrencies, but actually utilizing the blockchain that they're built on. And things like NFTs are going to be a major player in this space. Another thing to mention is I have an NFT project. I'm working on NFT projects. Now, it's very early, but it's called Stickfrix. If you want to check it out, I'm going to leave this link down in the description as well. I'm also going to leave this down in the description at 2140 with spaces, because the person running this project is a really creative person and just a really good person. And I would appreciate if you guys want to check out them building on Cardano and following their journey, seeing what they're up to. And then if you want to check out Stickfrix, I think it's a pretty cool name. I put it together myself. Feel free to do so too. But the great thing I want to emphasize is that anyone can build on Cardano. There's no one putting their foot down in front of you. You can build a YouTube channel that makes money. You can build a stake pool that makes money. You can build an NFT series that makes money. You could just be someone on Twitter who runs an awesome Twitter account, provides value, tweets about things about Cardano, and run a stake pool after that. People have done that, and people do that, and they are successful, making hundreds of ADA every 5 days, 340 plus ADA every 5 days, just by being on Twitter. So you can make a whole business on Cardano from a Twitter account, and a very profitable one at that. Another thing is you could just be selling your NFTs or your artwork on a marketplace. There's so many things going to be coming up on Cardano. Right now, we're just at the very, very, very small amount of people who are already trying to build their living and their career and their wealth through Cardano. But this is going to grow. The NFT space is going to grow. Cardano is going to grow. There's going to be more and more ways to actually build wealth and escape that 9-to-5 rat race on Cardano as smart contracts roll out September 12th. And going over the next few years, it's going to be insane. But I want to emphasize that getting in early right now is not a bad idea, because you're going to know more and you're going to be able to have more ideas about ways you can make money using Cardano and using cryptocurrencies other than just holding them. Honestly, holding Cardano, holding cryptocurrency is also a great way to build wealth in my eyes, living in my mom's basement. And one more project I want to mention, just as an example for someone building on Cardano and also enabling other people to build on Cardano, a very, very positive sum project, is Project Noom. Essentially, think of Spotify, but on the Cardano blockchain. And artists can get direct royalties for plays. It's not just a contract between this random intermediary Spotify who makes tons of money just for being an intermediary. Honestly, I use Spotify every day. But there's better ways to do things as we move forward and as we have the access to better technology. And Project Noom is essentially a way to make Spotify more decentralized and make artists richer, make them wealthier, and make them more money for their efforts. Because realistically, with the streaming industry, it's hard to be a successful artist. Even if you're super well known, you don't really get as much money as you may think. And this is also applicable to the artists that are drawing and painting and everything like that, you don't actually get as much money as you may think for their time and efforts. With NFTs, with digital music, and with everything on the blockchain, there's a lot less room for intermediaries to come in and take shares of money, and a lot more room for people who are actually creative and doing things to take their main shares and get what they deserve. And that's why the main reason I think building on Cardano is so freaking awesome right now and building on a blockchain ecosystem is because you have access to so many things in a decentralized manner where no one puts their foot in. You get full shares of your creations. That is the main thing I got to talk about. That is the main thing I want to emphasize in this video. And if you want to check out any of the projects or things I mentioned in this video, please go down in the description. Project Noom's going to be in there. Stickfix is going to be in there. 2140 with Space is going to be in there. All these projects are people building on Cardano. And to support them and to show that you are looking is a great way to also get your feet in the water. Whether you want to create a stake pool or make a YouTube channel, or maybe you want to make an NFT series. There's so many things to do, but whatever you feel like you want to do, that's what I'd follow. I wouldn't look too much at the money side of things because in my opinion, blockchains and especially Cardano is going to make it so there's so many ways for your creative side to be monetized. That's why I love Cardano and what it offers for people who want to be entrepreneurs and build something for themselves rather than following the 9-to-5 of the rat race. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a great freaking day. If you did enjoy this video, please consider staking with my stake pool, Jack, to earn passive ADA on your ADA. If you don't want to do that, then please smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you guys in the next freaking video. Peace out.